8,000 miles from Wall Street, there is an island where money is made of stone, weighs 4 tons, and never moves an inch. One of the most valuable coins on this island has not been seen by anyone for more than 100 years. It sits at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean, and it still spends. Its owners are considered wealthy to this day. This sounds like madness, but by the end of this story, you will realize your own bank account works exactly the same way. Welcome to Yap, a cluster of tiny green islands in Micronesia, scattered across the endless blue of the Western Pacific. Its people fished, farmed taro, and built fast canoes. But what made them famous was the strangest currency in human history. Here is the problem. Yap has no gold, no silver, no metal at all. Nothing rare enough to serve as money. And money needs to be rare. If anyone could simply pick it up off the beach, it would be worthless immediately. According to legend, around 500 or 600 years ago, a navigator named Anagumong set sail with 7 companions into open ocean. 300 miles of open water later, they reached the islands of Palau. And inside a cave, they found something glittering. Crystalline limestone, a stone that did not exist anywhere on Yap, rare, luminous, and utterly impossible to fake back home. Genrealtment Lintady, they carved it into the shape of a full moon, with a hole through the center, and hauled it onto their canoe. That disc was called Rai, and for the next 5 centuries, the people of Yap would risk their lives to make more. Think about what this means. The Yapese did not find money. They chose it. Deliberately. And they chose something brutally hard to get. Every expedition was a gamble. Sailors crossed 300 miles of open Pacific in wooden canoes, guided only by stars and swells. In the quarries of Palau, workers chipped at the rock with shell tools, fire, and patience. A single large disc took months. Then came the hardest part. Moving a stone disc taller than a man onto a bamboo raft, without sinking everything. The largest Rai ever made stands 3.6 meters tall and weighs 4,000 kilograms. 10 strong men could not lift it. Storms scattered the fleets. Canoes vanished. Men drowned bringing money home. And that is precisely what made the money valuable. A stone's worth was not just its size. It was its story. Who carved it? Who carried it? Who died for it? A small disc with a tragic history could outvalue a giant one. Every stone was a coin, a tombstone, and a legend at once. Economists have a name for this today. Proof of work. Value backed by effort that everyone can verify and nobody can fake. When a stone finally reached Yap, the whole village gathered. Chiefs inspected it. Elders named it. Its value was set in public. Then the disc was planted upright along a village path, in the open air, for everyone to see. A bank without walls. Now comes the genius part. Because how exactly do you buy anything with a coin that 10 men cannot lift? Simple. You do not move the coin. You move the ownership. The stone stays put. Only the name attached to it changes. Suppose your daughter marries, and you owe another family a great payment. You announce it before the village. The stone is theirs. No paper. No contract. No vault. Every neighbor is a witness, and every memory is a record. The whole island is the ledger. Try to cheat, and you are contradicted by hundreds of people who know exactly which stone belongs to whom. Which brings us back to that coin at the bottom of the ocean. Generations ago, a magnificent rye was being ferried home when a storm struck. The crew survived. The stone sank into the deep. The sailors testified that the stone was flawless, and it was real. The village agreed. Its owner stayed rich. That stone has been bought, sold, and inherited for over a century. Nobody has ever seen it again. Nobody needs to. Sounds absurd? Your salary is a number on a screen, backed by coins you will never see. The Yapese simply got there first. For centuries, the system worked beautifully. Then, in 1871, the outside world washed ashore. Literally. An Irish-American captain named David O'Keefe was shipwrecked on Yap and nursed back to health by the islanders. O'Keefe looked at the stones and had a very modern idea. Why not mass-produce money? With iron tools and a European ship, his crews could quarry in weeks what took the Yapese months, and carry 10 times more. He traded these easy stones for coconut meat and sea cucumbers, and grew rich enough to call himself the King of Yap. But the islanders noticed something. The new stones had no sweat in them. No danger, no story, just rock. The chiefs ruled that O'Keefe's stones were worth a fraction of the old ones. Easy money, they understood, is cheap money. Yap had just lived through a monetary inflation and responded like seasoned central bankers. They repriced the currency. Then came an even stranger test. In 1899, the German Empire bought the islands from Spain. The new administrators ordered the villages to repair the island's crumbling paths. The Yapese, quite reasonably, ignored them. The Germans could not haul away 4-ton coins as punishment, so they did something far more devious. Officials walked the island and painted small black crosses on the most valuable stones. Those stones now belong to the government. The effect was instant. The islanders felt genuinely poorer. Work crews formed, and the paths were soon in perfect repair. The officials returned and washed off the crosses. And the wealth came flooding back. Not one stone had moved. Only belief had. If you find that ridiculous, hold on. Because in 1932, the richest nation on Earth did exactly the same thing. The Bank of France asked the Federal Reserve in New York to convert its dollar holdings into gold. Did ships carry the gold across the Atlantic? No. Clerks simply walked into the vault and put French labels on a few drawers. Newspapers panicked about America losing its gold. Markets trembled. Yet the metal never moved an inch. Sound familiar? The economist Milton Friedman loved this story. How different is a label on a drawer, he asked, from a cross on a stone? Now look at your own money. When your salary arrives, no cash travels anywhere. A database entry changes in a bank's computer. When nations trade billions, ledgers simply update. We laugh at stone money, while our economy runs on the same invisible agreement. Even cryptocurrency echoes Yap. A public ledger everyone can see, secured by work that is expensive to fake. On Yap today, dollars buy groceries. But land, marriages, and apologies between clans are still sealed with stone. About 6,000 rye still stand along the island paths, guarded by law as monuments, and by memory as money. So what is money, really? Not gold, not paper, not stone. It is the story a community agrees to keep telling. The people of Yap have known this for 500 years. The rest of us are only beginning to catch up.